What is the biggest prep mistake I see competitors make? That's what we're talking about today on First Callouts. I'm Ryan Milton from Team Flex. You're on my show, First Callouts. Every single Wednesday, I get right on here and we talk about how to take you competitors from where you are to where you want to be. Get yourself into that top callout, win your shows, go pro, and beyond. That's what this show is all dedicated towards. So please do me a favor and subscribe to my channel. Help me grow this channel. You guys really trying to put a lot of work here. I appreciate it so much. This is all for free. And if you have any questions or anything else, just comment them down below. I'm happy to answer it for you. All right, let's dive in. What is the biggest prep mistake I see competitors make? And this is a question I get asked all the time, you know, from a lot of different people. I've done content on things like this before, but there's always a bunch of different ones depending on what time of year and what's going on. One that I have to say is the biggest mistake competitors can possibly make is comparing themselves to other competitors. And right out the gate, you might say, whoa, what do you mean? Isn't that the sport? Isn't that what we do? Isn't that what we're doing on stage? We show up on stage, we compete, we're compared, and we are in comparisons, we win or we don't, or we place wherever we place. Yes, that is what you do as a competitor in the functionality of being a competitor. But what you don't do is what everybody else does do, which is sit around on Instagram looking, trying to figure out who's doing your show, comparing yourself to other pros, comparing yourself to other competitors, comparing yourself. It does not benefit you, and it's not helpful, and it will ruin your ability to prep at your fullest capacity. And here's why. When you spend constantly your time on your phone looking at different competitors saying, oh man, she's got better glutes than me, she's got better shoulders than me, dang, that guy's got better calves, he's got better biceps, you start getting in your own head, and this will change your ability to actually have a good prep, believe it or not. When you're on contest prep, ladies and gents, the best thing you can do is keep a really solid mindset. You want to have a mindset that's going to propel you really, really far and take you to the next level. You want to be able to go out there and really kill it when you're going out there on stage. But if you're 12 weeks out, you're 8 weeks out, you're 4 weeks out, even a day out, peak week, you're looking at different people saying, oh, they're better, oh, they're here. Well, now you just change what you can actually bring to anything. You're going to bring that lack of confidence to your posing. You're going to bring that lack of confidence to your training. You're going to bring that lack of confidence to your nutrition. You're going to bring all this comparison, and it will be a huge detriment to you, trust me. So really what happens is, you want to make sure when you go into a show that you are in a tunnel vision mode where you're really just keeping the blinders up and you're training, you're eating, you're training, you're eating, you're doing everything you need to be doing to get yourself to the stage and be your best on stage, but you're not sitting around comparing yourself. And you know, this does come up, you guys. Unfortunately, it is the world we live in where now you can literally look at anybody any time of day. But like, think back to the old days, right? The old bodybuilding days, before we had phones, before we had Instagram, before we had all this, you never knew who was going to be at your show. You never knew what other competitors looked like until you were there on stage that day. And what you had to do is you had to go sit back and you had to review yourself and become your best competitor, right? You had to just say, I'm on prep, I'm going to train really hard, I'm going to eat the best I can, I'm going to practice my posing, I'm going to do everything to be my best competitor, and I'm going to show up and I'm going to be the best competitor. But now, you know, people get in their head and they worry about things, and I swear I talk athletes off the ledge all the time after they've been comparing somebody to something, some filtered picture, some Photoshop picture, something else. You know, the amount of competitors that I've coached that get in their head on prep about this kind of stuff and then show up comp day and are like blown away by how different people look, how different things look compared to, you know, Instagram or whatever social media. It's crazy. It's mind-blowing. And then their perspective will forever change until probably the next prep where they do the same thing. But the point is, you got to understand that mindset, that value that you can get out of not having that problem is immense. You know, there's one of the quotes that I always love saying is, comparison is the thief of joy. Because it's true. If you're constantly comparing yourself on prep, you're going to be constantly, you know, disappointed with your prep. You're not going to have a good time on your prep, and by the end of it, you know, win or not, you're probably not going to be as happy as you would have been had you actually just focused on it. You focused on yourself and you went in. Let's not forget, the sport of bodybuilding is an individual sport. You are your own competitor. It's about you getting better, you posing better, you eating better, you getting that muscle, you getting on stage and doing your best, and you know, advancing that over time as you continue to improve. It's not about about comparing to everybody on social media. This is not a likes and comments contest. This is a bodybuilding contest. So keep that in perspective, keep that in mind, and be your best competitor. Here's a quick hack for anybody out there. If you find yourself comparing people, if you find yourself stuck in this comparison zone, turn off the social media for a bit. I tell athletes to do it all the time. We literally do it, for probably every 10 athletes, there's 4 or 5 that I have to say, when we're on prep, hey, you got to get off here 2 weeks, couple weeks, get off here, just get your mindset back, get refreshed, and you can come back then, and that usually works. So I would suggest, if you finding yourself in a spot where you're second guessing yourself, you're comparing too much, you're doing all that, you're doing any of it, take a couple days off, detox, give your brain a break, give your body a break, get that mindset right, and then you can try to come back. Happens again, turn it off again. Otherwise, you're moving forward, you're going to be your best competitor on stage, and that's what matters, all right, you guys? So if you need any help with your contest prep, training, or anything else, go over to my website, teamfflex.com, subscribe to our free trial. Me or one of my coaches will set you up and show you a world-class coaching experience, and it's absolutely for free. No reason to do it. If you're still here and you haven't, you're crazy, all right? Thanks for watching. I'm Ryan Milton from Team Flex. Be back tomorrow for Fitness Fire. Coach Rye is out.